Hello Play the Game, this is Booty2 here and welcome back to PLAYtheGAMEcentral, and today what I wanted to talk about is just a few common things which do circulate around the zombies community, and there's three things in particular which I kind of just want to talk about, and if there are other things which, you know, a lot of the zombie community does talk about, these are the things which I noticed most of all being said, and I'm not really too into zombie forums and websites and whatever the fuck people do nowadays with zombies. Overly, you know, it's a little bit overlooked into. I think the community is just like, if you're so centered around zombies, you really need to broaden yourself a little bit, I think, but that's completely relevant to everything. So, three things which I see often come up, which I just want to kind of not really disprove or mark as fallacies, just things which are unlikely and people just pay too much thought to, and stuff which, well, actually some stuff is actually not going to happen, like DLC 5 for Black Ops 2, not fucking happening. Why do people keep talking about this? I don't know why. They have never released a DLC for a previous game. They've never advertised pretty much for a previous Call of Duty game than the one which they already currently have and they are working on. So right now it's all going to be about Ghosts until after August is finished and the last map pack's done. And then they'll start advertising the next one, like, more in force. Whereas right now, for like Advanced Warfare, it's just kind of like a little bit, there's not really too much going on. There's a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of details and developer interviews and that kind of stuff. Well, that usually happens. That's just how marketing works. It just kind of tickles you, and then you just think, oh, I really want to play this thing, but all I've got, the closest thing I've got is Ghosts, so I'll play that until Advanced Warfare comes out, and then more stuff for Advanced Warfare comes out, and then yay. But anyway, DLC 5 for Black Ops 2, another zombies map, another multiplayer bunch of maps, isn't happening. Just because it detracts from the whole marketing side of things, and it's backwards thinking. They get more money from advertising the new game, and more people will be more inclined to buy map packs for the new game, which is current, because it's more up to date than the previous ones. So DLC 5 for Black Ops 2, not happening. They'll put like personalization packs, because those don't really mean anything to anyone particularly. It's not detracting particularly from you know, the game sales or whatever, because there's going to be more people buying maps for Ghost than there will be for maps for Black Ops 2. But for camos and stuff, it really doesn't really matter to them, because it's a tiny amount of money, and a lot of people do it, so they get a fuckload of money for a very minimal amount of effort. So there's that. Next thing, a zombies only game. No. Treyarch do have, well, they used to do not full on, but they used to divide themselves with Call of Duty and James Bond and some other stuff too, which I'm not terribly sure of. But they did divide themselves before, but with Black Ops 2, I believe, or at least midway through it, they did all come together and focused on that one sole thing, and that's what they're going to be doing pretty much from now on, is one thing, because Call of Duty is kind of on its heels a little bit. It's kind of dithering in the gaming community, and it needs to perform better, otherwise it's not going to survive. So they have all the people that try out working on the next Call of Duty game after Advanced Warfare, or the one after that, because, you know, you never know with these kind of things. No one expected Advanced Warfare to be a thing, so, you know, sometimes shit happens. But a zombies only game wouldn't work, because a multiplayer element of Call of Duty is pretty much the only reason. 90% of people that play Call of Duty and buy Call of Duty is for the multiplayer, and having a zombies kind of centered game wouldn't really work with that. I mean, they could have a campaign which kind of has some zombies implied in it, much like they did with Black Ops 1, kind of, but not really in particularly. And they have the zombies game mode, but then multiplayer is untouched, but then it just doesn't seem to flow right, and more people are interested in the multiplayer as it stands in Call of Duty, with killing other people, and then that's it. There's nothing really zombies about that in the slightest, so that's not going to happen. A zombies only game, no. I remember seeing, like, the poster art for Resurrection's map pack posted on a game box, and I'm just looking at that thinking, who the fuck 12-year-old little shit thinks he's fooling anyone with this bullshit? I don't know. And if I did know any of these people, I would completely strike them from the face of the earth in my head. Because in my head, I am the Lord and Saviour, God and Jesus Christ, mixed into one. Got the beard and everything. Last thing, the third thing, which kind of isn't really cycled around the community all that much, but I have seen some people mention it, and something that came to my head, is multiple maps in the box. And what I mean by that is, you know, we only got, we got Nactron Totem and that was it until the next map pack. Same with Black Ops 1, we had Keynote, but also 5 at the same time, but 5 wasn't really a serious thing, it was just kind of like a spin-off thing which they could easily do and implement because they had the Pentagon already done, like all designed and everything. Kino they designed especially, that's not in the campaign or multiplayer at all. And 5 was just in a campaign, it was a very small kind of area and it was easy to work with, so they did that, and they had Dead Ops Arcade, which was stupid. And then they had Black Ops 2's Transit and also Nuketown for special buyers, and again, it's a spin-off thing, it's just Nuketown but with a complete rework really in terms of visuals, but it's still essentially the same map. And what I kind of mean with multiple in-game maps is like 3 or 4 different maps, which we kind of had with Transit, in which they divided up all of the areas, which doesn't count. So there's that, but I do see a lot of comments of people saying, oh, we should, when we buy the game, we should get at least like 3 brand new maps, no rehashes or anything, which isn't happening. They're going to have one thing, and then that's pretty much going to be it, because that's all you really need to be tied over until the map pack comes out, which then you'll be bored of that map, then you'll be pretty much forced to buy the next map if you want to continue playing zombies happily. So, there's all of that stuff. But I don't see them releasing any more than 2 maps, and one of those being just, right, so we got some spare time for the weekend, what do we want to do? Zombify the things which we already got. Great, done. It's not hard to make a zombies map, just placing spawns and gun locations, that kind of shit. So, you know, if you have an already a basis for designing it, I mean with Ascension as well, it just had elements of launch, and Shangri-La, that was completely new, and Berry completely new, all these things completely new, whereas in like World at War and Nuketown and 5, they were multiplayer maps or campaign things which were just redone to be zombified. So I don't count now those as being like multiple inbox kind of things. So there you go. That's all I have to talk about that. Let me know your guys' thoughts about this stuff in the comment section below, and that's it. So thank you all for watching, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to leave a like rating, be so kind as to do so, and subscribe if not subscribed already. And I'll see you next time, and here's a special little teaser for an up-and-coming project which Ben is working on, an acoustic zombies album. Enjoy.